This will be the first lesson on putting a foundation on your horse. These are basic ground skill exercises. This is a horse that knows the exercise, so the purpose would be to give you a visual of what it would look like, or should look like, hopefully, if you were doing it yourself with your own horse. This is just for those who have taken the course and they need a reminder of the exercises and the order in which to do them. Most exercises that we're going to teach the horse are going to be used later to train the horse under saddle. The purpose of doing it on the ground is to get the footwork correct, to get our hands correct, and create some muscle memory for us and the horse that we can rely on under saddle when we have more things to worry about, such as our own balance and the horse's balance. So the very first thing I put on the horse when I teach a lesson is a backup. And the reason for that is most horses are too close. And because the horses are too close to us, we can't really direct them, and it is a dangerous situation. So we need to learn to keep the horse out of our space. An appropriate distance is about a stick's length. So that would be there. So the very first thing I'm going to do is try to encourage my horse to move back with my body energy. So if that's my goal, I must start by positioning myself properly and using my energy first before I go to anything else. So what I believe is that the horse feels your core energy. And if you think about it coming here from your core, I'm going to back him up just a hair and make sure that I'm in the view of the camera. So I think it all comes out of here. So if I want my horse to, right now I'm very relaxed, I don't have any energy, but when I pick up my energy and I kind of tighten my core, press it forward, he should feel that first. That is the thing that gives him a heads up that he needs to be doing something. So now he has to look to me for direction. So what I'm going to say to this horse is, I'd like for you to back up. Attention. You see him say yes. Okay, now I'm pressing my core. So he backed. Well, if he didn't back, I would have to do something about it. Or if he did back and I wanted a little more and he was kind of too casual about it, shall we say, I might say, I want you to back up. I'm thinking back. And if he didn't go, I might say, hey, did you notice how I pushed my hand forward so that I wouldn't be telling him to come and go at the same time? Because when a horse gets light, did you see him just think forward? I want him to come forward. This is just the weight of the rope with an open hand. I draw him, and the weight of the rope is what gets him to come. Now I'm pushing him back. I'm going to step his butt over a little bit just so he's more broadside to you. That's a good boy. You can finish that step? Yes. So that's the first way I would back him up. The next way I'm going to back him up, I'm going to draw him to me so we have some place to go. I would love to be able to back this horse up by touching anywhere in front of his drive line being the shoulder. So I'm going to rub to the spot. The rub says, do you accept my stick? I'm going to pick up my energy. Did you see him just thinking back? Well, because he's used to this. So the first thing is my energy. Step your shoulders back. Step your shoulders back. Yes, that's a good boy. So I rub to the spot. Pause. Pick up my life. I'm thinking back. If he didn't go, I would press hair, skin, muscle, and bone and hold it until he did back up. We've all been taught that. That's just a reminder. Eventually, I would like to be able to come in here and just press here gently and have him back up. Don't make the mistake of following him when he goes. So if I pause, pick up my life, he goes, I want him to come off that pressure. I don't want to follow him because then there'd be no release of the pressure. Back over here, Mac. And stop with my energy. Rub, pause. Pick up my life. Yes. Rub him to thank him. That's one way. Now I'm going to ask him if he could just accept my hand on his nose. I'm going to ask him to back from that. I don't push. I gently pick up my energy, press, squeeze. If he doesn't go, I'll close my hands. He goes, I release. Pick up my energy, close my hands. Close my hands, release. Pick up my energy, release. So what I'm doing when I back him up is I first look at the way his feet are positioned. Rub to the spot. Pause. You can put your head down, honey. Let's try that without the stick. So I'm looking at that foot needs to go. So I pick up my life. I think that foot's got to go. I'm going to press my thumb till the foot goes. Release. Press my fingers. Release. Thumb. Release. Fingers. Release. That's a good boy. So that's the next way we want to back him up. The last way I want to back him up is on the fence. And we're kind of in a corner here because this is a round pen, so we've got little angles, but I'll just do the best I can. So what I'm going to ask this horse to do first, I'm going to ask him to back up with my core energy. That's nice. And I'm going to take him along the fence. I'm going to try to stay between the drive line and his nose. I put my excess here. So I'm going to ask him to go forward. I'm going to think forward, lean forward, and he goes forward, so I just go with him. I'm going to think, whoa, stop, think back. And what I'm trying to do is stay in that same position. I don't want to get behind the drive line. I don't want to get ahead of the drive line. I want to stay at the drive line. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to think forward. My hand will go forward. I'm going to, whoa, back. Come on, back. Trying not to get behind the drive line because that will stop him and send him forward. Let's back up a little bit. The easiest way to get this is to take the horse that's already in motion. That's why I go forward first. I think of back up or stop as in between forward and back. So I'm going to go forward, forward. My horse is coming with me. I think, whoa, and float right into a backup. And if he's not going enough, I'll say, hey, come on, hey. Yeah. And my release or my relaxation is here. I'm going to think forward, go forward, whoa, back. Come on, back, come on, come on. Now, I might even have to touch him. I'm going to think forward, come on. Whoa, back, back, come on. Come on, come on. Good. I'm going to try to stop when the motion is nice. Think forward, go forward. Ah, whoa, back. Come on, back up. Come on. Yeah. So I want to stop before he stops, because I don't want him to be in charge. I'm in charge. We're going, whoa, back. Come on. Now I'll stop. But if he doesn't stop with me, I'll float with him. But I'm the one who indicates we're stopping. I'm not going to reward him if he stops first. So that's our other backup. Next big piece would be the hindquarter disengagement. Want to make sure that my rope is not lasso style like this. I'm going to pick up my rope, slide down, pick up my rope, slide down till I get the distance that I think is appropriate. I'm going to rub my way in all the way to the butt. And when I step out, I don't have any energy. I'm soft. My core is facing away from the horse. I'm going to look at the horse, make sure I have his attention. I'm going to raise my hand, pick up my energy, and ask for those hindquarters to go away. I was out of position. I let myself get too far this side of the drive line. So what I think I'll do is I'll think about a clock. And in that clock, step up, his feet will be the center of the clock. His butt will be 12 o'clock. And when I disengage him, I'll be out at 3 o'clock. That way, I'm sure to stay in position. I won't go to 4 o'clock, because then I'd be out of position and he would cut me off like he just did. I won't go to 2 o'clock because I'll be close enough to get kicked. So I'm going to pretend that there's a hand right here coming out of the clock. I'm going to go to the outside of the clock, but I'm going to keep my hand close enough so that I can block his eye from cutting me off like he just did. But most importantly, I'm going to stay in the proper position. So you can see that he's not moving. That's because I have given him no indicator that we're going to go. I'm relaxed. So I'm going to make sure that I have his attention. His head does not have to be bent, but I must have his attention. I'm going to lift my hand, pick up my life, try really hard. Oh, he just stepped into me. Did you see that? When I started to go, this foot stepped into me. What I would like for this horse to do is to step away from me. So I'm going to reposition him and see if we can do this again. Pay attention to that front foot. It needs to step out, sort of like a leg yield. So here I go again. I'm going to ask for his head. There. Did you see him step away? Step away. There. Step away. Step away. Step away with that front foot. No planting, honey. Thank you. So one thing I don't want him to do is to just stand and pivot on this. I want individual steps. In the end, he may have a little pivot there, but I want to make sure he's thinking about stepping away from me, not into me. Because if that first step steps into me, he's pushing me instead of giving to me. Plus, I don't want him torquing that leg. So I'm going to do it one more time. I rub my way in. I'm relaxed. So I'm careful to get to the drive line. I'm asking for his head. I have his attention. I holster up. That shoulder over. Yes. Now, nope, step your shoulder over. Now let's get your butt going. Let's get that butt going. Let's get that butt going. Get that butt out of there. And if he does it appropriately, he will end up facing me. So I want that last step to have a little push to it. What we do on one side, we will do on the other. We didn't do it in the backup, but you guys know that you're supposed to be doing that. So I just want to check out this side. I switch my tools. I rub my way in. What a good boy. So I don't care what position he's in right here to get started. I only care that when he does begin, he thinks about stepping away from me, not into me. So we're going to kind of watch that front foot. So there, he stepped away from me. So I position myself. There, he stepped away from me. There. Watching that butt. Watching that butt. Yes. When I drop my hand, I allow him to face me. So both of those were pretty nice. You're a good boy. And he licks and chews because he's mentally giving to me. You're a good fellow. Yeah. So that's our hindquarter disengagement. The next thing we're going to do is step the shoulders over. To do that, we must shift the weight back. And I'm going to think about holding my stick kind of like a baseball bat. I would call this a ski pole. I would call this a baseball bat. Whack, right? So I'm going to have this positioned. If you practice doing this, you'll go from ski pole to baseball bat, ski pole to baseball bat. But until that gets pretty good, I would have it like this. The reason it's important to be able to go to a ski pole is it closes your body, thus closing your core energy. When you go to a baseball bat, it opens your core, pressing on the horse. So there's times when it's going to be really important how you hold your stick. Because if you are doing this, you are telling the horse, don't move, I'm softening. You're doing this, you're driving your horse. So that's a big pitfall for some folks. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to think about which way do I want to go. Well, my rope is in my left hand, so that means I'm going to the left. When I'm on the left, to go to the left, I will stand on the left. And I would do about the same thing I did for the hindquarter disengagement. Pick up my rope, till I have it in a distance that I think is good. So I'm going to stand over here. He's kind of leaning this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at that shoulder saying, move that shoulder back. When the outside foot touches the ground is what I'm going to ask for the move. So I'm going to show it to you from a couple of angles. Let's come over here, honey, a little bit. There. I'm just trying to be where the camera is. Come up. Good boy. Come up. There. That's a good boy. So I'm going left. I'm standing on the left. I'm kind of looking at that left shoulder. But I'm going to be watching this leg, which is on my right. When that foot hits the ground, he will be able to step. So I'm going to time my move with that foot, the outside foot. So here I am going this way. I'm saying back. When you step, you may press over. And I walk right with my horse. I'm going to do that again, only this time I'm going to do it from the front. So maybe you can see a different angle. There. Good boy. So again, I'm going to be on this side. I have a ski pole. I'm relaxed. And if my horse was nervous, I would just rub him, wait for him to relax, know that I'm relaxed. My core's pressing over this way. So now I'm going to turn my core to the shoulder. I'm going to say, I'm in a baseball position. I'm going to say, hey, back up, shift your weight over. And I'm going to move right, my core is going to be right facing my horse's eye. I'm thinking about pushing that eye. I'm going to switch my tools. Rub. The rub says don't do anything. See how I turn my core away? I'm going to reposition my line. Again, I'm going to say, get back, get back. Now I'm going to press that shoulder over. So I'm holding it out so that you can see, which is kind of driving him more than I want him to. I'll do it from this angle again. You're a good boy. Oh, I think we're kind of out of the view of the camera, so I'm going to move him back over here. I've set up some cones here to try to stay in view of the camera. Well, we'll just do it this way. Yes. You're so nervous. What are we doing? I'll shift my weight back, step over, rub my horse. Yeah. I'm going to do it again from this same side. Rub. You're a good boy. Step over to this side. Yeah. I shift my weight back. Step the shoulder over. And you'll notice at no time do I ever pull on the lead. I'm changing sides. Shift back. Step over. Good. You're a boy. I'm going to kind of step over here and do that same side again. Shift back, over. And what I've had some people do that have a tendency to pull is to hold their shirt like this. I'm holding the front of my shirt. Yeah. And I'm going to go this side, so I'm on this side. I'm going to say shift back and step over. And I'm holding my shirt so that I don't change my hand. I don't want to lead my horse because he'll just go forward. Shifting my tools again. Holding my shirt. Good boy. Shift your weight back. Whoops, wait a minute. You got to shift that foot back. Then you may step it over. I have his butt right up on the fence, so he can't really go very far. So come on, let's move you over here so you can go a little further. I'm just trying to do this in such a way so that I can stay in the camera view. There you go. You're a good boy. So when I have to move, I kind of rub my way in. Shift back. Doesn't even have to be a step. Now go over. And my stick is like a neck. Switch my tools. Rub my horse. Shift back and over. There. So that will take care of moving the front end pretty good. But we do have some exercises, and I'm going to refer to my list to make sure I don't miss anything here. We do have some exercises that will enhance all of these things. The next thing we want to do is kind of put these things together, and I have two different exercises that I really like before we actually start sending the horse. One is to push him down the fence. So here, the big thing you want to do is just position your rein again, the same way you did, and most of these are done at about the same length. So you want to be far enough away from your horse so that you can see him, his feet, because you have to know what his feet are doing. So I'm bringing him here, and I'm pushing his eye. I'm going to stop, and the reward here is when he's straight. So I rub, go to the ski pole. This is one of the rare times we're going to have our horse, like our stick like a ski pole, and actually use it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this about this far. If his head comes too close, I'm going to use the palm of my hand to bump it, but I'm going to keep that distance. If his butt starts coming, I'm going to tap his girth area and close my hand so that he cannot kick me. I'm teaching this horse to drive the eye, come off my leg, and another thing I'm teaching him is the proper footwork for a leg yield and a sideways, and many other things. So here I go. I'm going to pick up my energy. I'm going to say, hey, if he doesn't move, I'm going to tap him gently and say, move. Oh, don't let your butt come to me. There. Release. The minute he steps sideways, I released. I'm going to do one more step. Press, get your butt out of there, but get your head out of there and release. Now I'm going to back him up. You would be going much further down the fence, but I'm staying in view of the camera. I'm doing this by myself. So I asked him to back up, I'm asking him to step his shoulder over, come to the fence, relax. Good job. I want to be able to rub him, and he's relaxed. Every time he is perpendicular to the fence, I'm going to relax and rub him. So I pick up my energy. I'm looking over his withers, down the fence. Go and relax. Go another step. Touch his ribs and relax. I'm not pulling his head to stop him. I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but I'm just riding him to a stop. I'm going to back him up, step his shoulders over, bring him back to the fence, switch my tools, and go again. Remember, you'd be going a whole panel length, but I just don't have room to do that here. So the part that has to go is his head. I look straight down the fence, press my energy, say move your head, now move your butt. There, and relax. Let's go another step. There, and relax. And relax. So he keeps going. I'm not going to pull on his face. I'm going to go with him. And then I'm just going to rub him for being a good boy. I'm going to back him up first, step him over, bring him back. Whoa, relax. I'm not going to pull him to a stop. I'm going to ride with him until he relaxes, dropping my energy. Pick up my energy. We're going. Move yourself. Move yourself. Move it over more. Whoa, there. You can put your butt over there. Thank you. Back up. Step your shoulder over. And do it again. Good boy. Back up. Step your shoulder over. Go the other way. Get yourself out of there. There. Come on, move your butt. There. Good boy. There we go. Disengage his butt. So the next thing I want to do is, here we kind of just put a few little pieces on that we're going to use down the road. That thing is going to improve your hindquarter disengagement, believe it or not, because the horse begins to step under. Here's another little exercise that will help that as well. I need kind of to be in the center here. So this is one of the few times I tell you that you can hold your horse close, because what we want to do is we're trying to keep him kind of right here. I want him, he's still almost a stick's distance away, but I'm trying to get his hindquarters to do more. So I pick up my life. I'm going to ask him to step back a little bit. I'm going to rub. He's at 12 o'clock to me. I'm going to turn to 11. I'm going to pick up my stick to 3. I'm going to wave my stick. If he goes, don't come on top of me. If he goes, I'll rub him and stop. In the beginning. So I'm going to straighten this arm. Turn. Pick up my stick. I'm thinking about that butt. Yeah. That butt went, I'm happy. Turn to 11 o'clock. Pick up my stick. Wave my stick. Get that butt out of my face. Get that butt out of my face. And when he's straight, I'll stop. Pick up my stick. Wave my stick. As soon as his butt straightens out, I'll stop. Good boy. So you'll see his butt has to do more. Turn to 11 o'clock. I pick up my stick. I don't have to wave my stick because he's going. Yeah, he's straight. Good job. Turn to 11 o'clock. Pick up my stick. So if I turn again, he should keep going. He's straight. Thank you. Go again. See how much his hindquarters is doing? Yeah, good boy. I'm going to back him off a little bit. There. Turn to 11. That tells him what's happening. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. I'm turning, so he knows he has to turn too. Get that butt going. Get that butt. Ah. So when the butt is straight, I relax. Let's try the other side. And this works for some horses. It's difficult. It does a lot for your horse in understanding. So I'm going to turn, pick up my stick, wave my stick. He goes. I'm turning with him. When he gets straight, which he hasn't yet, come on. There, good boy. So I don't want to keep driving him if he's going. I'm going to pick up the stick, turn. He starts going. Pick up my stick. Pick up my stick. Pick up my stick. Get your butt over there. Get your butt over there. Get your butt. So he doesn't realize it's about his butt, although he is getting some nice crossovers. So I want him straight. It's about your butt. It's about your butt. Yeah, that's better. Good job. And this is something you can do from further away if you can keep your horse off you. You can do it like this. Keep your face here. Come on, keep your face here. Get that butt out of there. Get that butt out of there. Get that butt out of there. Get that butt out of here. So that's part of shoulder in. This is going to help you with a lot of different things. So that's another way to enhance that hind-quartered maneuver, and sometimes when he steps under like this, he'll be disengaging, and other times he'll be engaging. So I'm going to say, shift your weight back, step your shoulder over. Now move your whole body like I just taught you. Wait. This next exercise has multiple uses, but it will really soften your horse. So I'm thinking really a lot about my core energy. I'm going to ask the horse to go by leading the front and turning my core. Now I'm pressing my core on the butt. I'm pressing my core on the shoulder to back that up. I think we're out of view of the camera, so let me move in a little bit. So I'm pressing on his shoulder. I use my stick if I need it. Now I'm saying to him, shift your weight back, step your shoulder over, then go forward. Stop your front, put your butt over there. Good job. Relax. Pick up my energy, step the shoulder over. Turn. Go. Stop your inside front foot. Move your butt over there. Great. Shift your weight back. Shift your weight back. Put your shoulder over there. So when I ask him to go between me and something else, I can get that shoulder out of the way. Back yourself up. There. Press your shoulder out of the way. See how it goes first? Go by me. Stop your inside front and get your butt out of the way. Relax. Shift your weight back. Over. Go. Get your butt out of the way. Good boy. Press your shoulder. So this is an exercise we would use for a lot of things, but it does get all your pieces kind of oiled up. There. And then we'll do this on the move. We call this the falling leaf. Push your butt, drive the shoulder, push your butt, drive the shoulder. So I'm going to just give you a short version of the falling leaf. Now you got to get way over there. Way over there. Get your butt over there. Okay, step your shoulder over there. Get your butt over there. Step your shoulder over there. Get your butt over there. Step your shoulder over there. Let me see if I can sharpen that up. Get your butt over there. Shoulder over there. Get your shoulder. Get your shoulder. Yeah. Get your shoulder. You're a funny boy. You're a good boy. Yeah. So that's just moving the body pieces. We're really kind of tight for space here, but you get the idea. And so that's something, once you get to this point, you can take all that on the move. So you'll notice when I want to position this horse now, I can say, put that foot right there, put that foot right there, put it down, shift your weight, step your shoulder, now step your whole body, whole body. You didn't have room because of the fence. Whole body. Get your butt out of there. Step yourself back. Step yourself over. I want your whole body to go now. Your whole body, your whole body, your whole body, your whole body. Yes. Shift your weight back. Step your shoulder over. Get your whole body, your whole body. Get that butt. Get that butt. Yeah. So I kind of point to what I want to move. So that's really how you get all those body parts. That's very, very nice. The next thing I want to do is take these same body parts, and each exercise will improve everything we're doing. Back, get back, yeah. I hope I have enough room for this here. It's kind of tight. So what this one is I'm going to ask this horse to do a little circle around me. So I'm on the right, so I'm going to send him right. So remember, we backed him up. Back up. Shift your weight, honey. Step his shoulder over. Send him. And this time I'm going to use my stick to kind of ride his back. One of the pitfalls here is backing up. So if he gets just too close to me like that, I'm going to say, move your rib cage, and now he got away from me. So now I just want it so that I can ride his back. Don't come near me. So I have to turn him, don't come near me, and be going forward. Don't come near me. So every time I say don't come near me, I'm tapping, get away from me. Get away from me. Go forward. So I'm riding his back, and I'm walking forward. So when I decide it's time, I'm going to lift, watch his butt go by me, back him up, step his shoulders over, and reverse. If he gets near me, remember, I'm just going to say, get away from me. I'm going to turn my core and say, get away from me. I'm riding his back. Get away from me. I'm riding. Come on. There. So I have to be going forward, but I might have to push him away from me sometimes. I'm riding forward. Good boy. When I'm ready, I'm going to lift my hand, go off his butt, back him up. And when I lift my hand and go off his butt, you're a good boy. Step it back, over, forward. When I decide it's time to stop and I go off his back, if he doesn't go forward, I'm going to say, hey, go forward. Good boy. Good boy. Get back on his back. As I come around, I'm going to decide it's time. So I'm going to lift, ride his butt, up my feet, and he'll disappear. We'll do the other side. Shift your weight back. Step your shoulders over. Rub the horse. riding the horse. I am riding this horse. That's a good boy. Get your butt going. There. When I come around again, I'm going to stop riding, disengage his butt. Ready? Lift. Just watch his butt go by and stop riding myself. What a good boy. That's very nice. So that's a few more pieces we've put on. The next thing we want to do is get this horse used to ropes around his that type of thing. Because we eventually would like to drive him, and he has to be very comfortable with ropes around his legs. The best exercise I have found that I like is I teach this horse to put your head down, and then I'm going to flip his rope over his head till he's used to that. Then I'm going to end up with it on this side. I'm going to hold the snap. I'm going to start throwing the rope in the air until I can move it down his back. Pull, flip, draw, flip, till it gets around his butt. Once it's around his butt, I'm careful to keep it over his hocks. And I rub until he's used to that. I may have to just drop it and start again. But I do that over and over until he doesn't move. I ask him to put his head down. I throw the rope over. I grab the knot. I toss the rope. Toss the rope. If it gets too short, I draw, toss. I'm always holding the tail of the rope. Draw, toss, toss. Making sure this hand is to keep this from yanking on his head as I do all this and getting him upset. Seesaw. Now I want him to learn to follow a feel. Remember on the fence, we pushed his eye down the fence. So if I start to draw and his eye doesn't go, I can put my hand like a stop sign, push his eye, gently tug on the rope. Gently push his eye, gently tug on the rope. That's a good boy. We're going to do this again. So I go down his body. I'm holding the tail. Remember, pull, push. There we go. So now what I'd like this horse to do, I'm going to rub him because I want him to stay still. All I'm asking for now, I'm going to comb the rope gently as I rub him. Comb. I'm asking for lateral flexion. I don't want him actually to move. So I'm drawing, drawing, drawing. Little tugs, little tugs. Good boy. Little tugs. Yeah, release. And I rub him nice for that. I'm going to draw, gently tug, little tugs. Yeah, and I release. Draw, yes. Once he has lateral flexion, I'm going to stand back, comb the rope, put a little more feel on it. Yes. Now I'm going to kiss and ask him to follow that feel off his butt. Thank you. What a good boy. Now we'll do it on the other side. Drop your head. You drop your head. Thank you. Make sure he's comfortable with this. I toss the rope. Hold the snap. I'm going to do this on both sides so that you can see it. Draw, toss. Draw, toss. There. I get it over his hip. Make sure he's okay. Now I'm going to push his eye. Pull his rope. Push his eye. Pull the rope. Yeah, good boy. But I always want lateral flexion first if I can get it. Then I'll draw, kiss, step back. There. Now come off that rope with your hip. There, good boy. So I'm going to do it from this side now so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to say, could you put your butt over there so you can position yourself for the camera? Back up. There's a good boy. There. going to say, drop your head. These are the pieces. Let me hold the snap or the lead line. So if it gets too short, I draw, flip, draw. And notice my hand is stopping all that stuff from bothering his face. Draw, flip, draw, flip. Ah, rub, seesaw. Okay. So now on this side, I want to say don't move by rubbing. I draw the rope. Don't move, but could you give to that? Little tugs. Little tugs. Come on, little tugs. Good boy. Little tugs. Come on. Yeah, I released. Pressure, tug, release. Pressure, tug, release. Good boy. There. So he has release. Tug, release. Good boy. Now, can you follow that feel? Come off my leg on the outside. Good boy. See, I'm pushing that leg. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yes, a good boy. There. Let's do this side. So I'm going to ask him to step over so you can watch this. There we go. You back up a hair. Make sure that we're in the picture here. There. Good boy. Yeah. Going to hold my hand here. Get my tail. This is going to desensitize the horse to the ropes. Rub. There we go. Nice. Okay. I'm going to ask him to follow that feel. Good boy. Tug, tug, tug. Good boy. So now he's got the idea. So I'm going to tug, 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 rub. Tug, 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 rub. Come on. Tug, tug. Tug. Yeah. Good boy. Yes. Now I have a nice lateral flexion. I'm going to kiss, comb. Good boy. Come off that leg. There, that's very nice. Good job. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to desensitize him to ropes from behind. Woo. Woo. This has to be done very carefully. You're not to do this until you have all the other pieces in place. And we've taught our horse, I never hard tie a horse to the fence. I put a couple wraps. You can pull out at any time. So now what I'm going to do is start desensitizing him to this rope. I start on this side. I'm going to hold the ring, put it over his neck, bring it back through, take my tail, run it through the ring. And if you do it this way, it'll always release. So you don't have to worry about strangling your horse, hopefully. So I can pull up and drop it down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I usually have better luck on this side first. So there are no rules. You just do whatever works. Ideally, there should be somebody on the other side of the fence to help you out. But we've all done this, so we know it's going to work. So first I pay jump rope, and I drop it to the ground to stop it when his feet stop. If his feet were moving, I'd just gently do it. I wouldn't stop. I'd stay with him and get more gentle, but I would keep the motion. As soon as his feet stopped, I'd drop the rope and let all the action stop. Do it again. The next thing I do is swing it a little more. Get to the point where he doesn't mind this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it in my opposite hand, but I'm going to swing it, and I'm going to pretend to throw it. Frequently that will bother the horse. the arm going in the air, and he'll go. My core is under his nose. I have no energy. It shouldn't bother him. But if it did, I would just keep doing this until it didn't mean anything. I'm well out of the kick zone, away from the horse. Then I'm going to come a little closer, not to the butt, but what I do is get more to the end of the rope, and I'm moving closer to the horse, because eventually I'm going to drive him and I want to get behind him. So then I relax my body, I swing the rope, I drop the rope. I relax my body, I swing the rope, I drop the rope. I twirl the rope, nothing happens. So now I swing it again, and this time I let it fall on the horse. He may move, he may not, and I just stop and start again. Throw it on the horse. Stop, start again. Yeah, that's a good boy. And pretty soon I'll get it, because I've already done this to him. We just finished that exercise, and I'll put it over his butt. And generally it doesn't bother him at this point. This is when I will carefully get out of the kick zone, walk in, and rub the butt. Good boy. You're a good boy. Step out, get around to the other side, and do the same thing over here. I'm going to see if he's okay with this. When I'm at the shoulder, my core pointing under his nose. Drop the rope. Same thing. Something that is going to be critical when you get going on this is you have to be able to use both hands. This one tosses this way, this one tosses this way. If you do this, I guarantee you a problem. Tons of things will happen. You'll get caught up on the horse, it won't go over, and you're lying to the horse, because this is friendly, it means don't go. When we're moving that horse, we want to open our core. We'll also be able to switch it higher over the horse, because if we do this, we're throwing it at the horse. So make sure you switch your hands and do it with the other hand. On the left side of the horse, you lose your left hand. Right side of the horse, use your right hand. So now I throw it at the horse. He's okay with that. I move further back. I do it again. Throw it over the horse. He's okay with that. That's when I walk in, rub the horse. I get into trouble, I just drop it. Start again. Right, Mackie Mac? You're a good boy. That's a good boy. So, swinging the rope. Make sure it's in my left hand, because I'm going left. Touch the horse. Nice. Over the horse. Get it up over the hocks. Now the next thing I'm going to do is ask him to push the eye, draw the butt. When I see the tail, I've switched my hands, I toss the rope. I'm out of the kick zone, I'm way back. Relax. I'm going to go in, rub the horse. Good boy, that's just what I wanted. Now again, I'm going to comb the rope like I did before. Push the eye like I did before. Comb the rope. Push the eye. Pull the rope. See the tail, toss the rope. Come around the other side. Out of the kick zone, rub the horse. Good job. There we go. I'm going to push the eye, pull the hip. Push the eye, pull the hip. Push the eye, pull the hip. Yes. Toss the rope. Slowly walk in, out of the kick zone, and rub the butt. Good boy. These are the pieces. Now, instead of pushing the eye first, I'm going to pull the butt first, because what I really want is him to come off the rope, because now he's coming off my leg. So instead of pushing the eye first, I'm going to say, comb the rope, give a little, and only push the eye if I have to. Good boy. And toss the rope. Good boy. Go in, rub the butt. That's a nice boy. Good boy. You're going to do the same thing again. Comb the rope. Come on. Little tugs. Come off that. Come on. Switch my hand. toss the rope. And notice how close he got to the fence this time. I don't worry if it's 1 step, 2 steps. It stays out there. I just keep going back and forth, and finally it will come. Good job. He's licking and chewing. I'm going to say, come on, come on. Good, release. Come on, release. Come on, release. Good boy. Toss the rope. Whoops. Toss the rope. There we go. You're a good boy, Mackie Mac. Such a good boy. Yeah. Try it again. Draw the hip. Come on. Yes. Good boy. Pressure, release. Press, release. And believe me, it's not much of a press. That's it. Now he's learning to come off my leg. Good boy. Get in the position again. Press, release. Press, release. Press, release. Press. Come on. Release. Press. Release. Switch your hands. Toss the rope. How about if we come on a little bit? Yeah. Good job. Now what you just saw was my leg yield. How about that? Good boy. Now we can get that in motion. So I'm taking him off the fence. I'm just going to wrap this around his neck. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. There we go. Now you guys haven't seen this, but this is the next step. If you were doing this when I do a horse by myself, this is how I do it. You're a good boy. And the camera won't catch it all because I'll be moving around. But this is basically what happens. So let's start with you. There we go. On this side. Come over here. Yes, good boy. Whoa. So, what I'm going to start like here by, see how when you do it with the back of your hand it doesn't work? Alright, so here I'm going to go with him free. Draw the hip. Push the eye. Draw the hip. Toss the rope. Drive the horse. Pull the rope. Push the eye. Come on. See the butt? Toss the rope. There. Drive the horse. Push the eye. Pull the butt. Toss the rope. Push the eye. Pull the butt. Toss the rope. Whoa. So, here we go, Mackie. Draw the butt. Push the eye. There. So that's where that goes. I'll be driving him around the arena and doing inside turns and outside turns. Once that gets really good, now it's time for me to drive the horse. So I think what I'm going to do is wait until I have a cameraman to do this piece, because I'm going to be doing a lot of moving around. But those are your pieces. If you can't do that, at least that good, don't be driving your horse. You're not ready.